Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. General Hospital fans, things are heating up in Port Charles, and the week of September 10th is shaping up to be one of the most gripping yet. Drew Cain's recovery is at the heart of it all. But his journey isn't just about getting better, it's about stepping into a dangerous new chapter that could reshape alliances, expose old secrets, and put more than one character at risk. What we're about to see isn't just another recovery arc. This is the start of something bigger, something that will test Drew, the people closest to him, and even the balance of power across Port Charles. When we left off, Drew's survival had been hanging by a thread. His injuries were severe. The tension was high, and those who love him were torn between hope and despair. Now, as he begins to recover, the relief is palpable, but we all know on General Hospital, peace never lasts for long. Every moment of healing is paired with a lurking shadow, and in Drew's case, the shadow is darker than ever. His survival may seem like a miracle, but it also paints a target on his back. Because what Drew knows and what Drew represents could disrupt powerful agendas already in motion. Carly has been holding her breath through this ordeal. Her bond with Drew has only deepened since his imprisonment, and watching him fight for his life was a torment she wouldn't wish on anyone. With Drew opening his eyes and showing signs of strength, Carly finally has something to cling to again. But deep down, she knows it isn't over. Drew's recovery doesn't mean safety, it means more danger, because Drew has always been caught in the crossfire of secrets and vendettas. Carly's instinct tells her she's about to face another storm, and she's not wrong. Sam, too, is caught in complicated emotions. Her history with Drew runs deep, and while their relationship has changed, the care she feels for him has never disappeared. Seeing him alive brings her gratitude, but it also forces her to reckon with her own decisions and how they've rippled across Drew's life. And then there's Scout, their daughter. Drew's recovery isn't just about him as a man. It's about him as a father, about being present in his child's life again. But in Port Charles, even family moments of joy are under threat, and the people who want Drew silenced won't hesitate to use his loved ones as leverage. One of the most interesting dynamics as Drew regains his strength is his position between two very different worlds. The corporate battlefield of ELQ and the darker underbelly of crime, corruption, and power struggles that haunt the city. His return gives him another chance to step back into ELQ, to stand his ground in Quartermain territory, but at the same time, it reopens doors to enemies who would prefer he never lived to tell what he's seen or learned. Remember, Drew's past is loaded with secrets, military connections, and classified knowledge that certain people would go to any lengths to bury. His memory may be fractured, but even fragments are enough to scare powerful players. Michael Corinthos is also going to feel the ripple effects of Drew's return to the canvas. Michael has been fighting his own battles, both personally and professionally, and Drew's recovery throws another layer of complexity into his life. Michael wants stability in the family business and in his personal life with Willow, but stability is the last thing anyone gets when Drew Cain is in the picture. Michael owes Drew, respects Drew, and wants to be there for him, but that loyalty could put Michael at odds with others in his circle. Drew being alive and conscious is a blessing, but it also means new moves have to be made, and Michael will soon realize those moves could be costly. Willow, meanwhile, has a role that might surprise some viewers. She's not just Michael's partner anymore, she's someone who has found her voice, someone who sees through the chaos and urges the people she loves to keep fighting. Her visit with Drew is going to remind fans of the strong ties that bind this group together. Willow knows what it means to survive, to come back from the edge, and she sees in Drew a kindred spirit. Her encouragement won't just uplift him. It could set the stage for new alliances, because sometimes it's the quiet voices of hope that inspire the boldest actions. But let's not forget this is Port Charles. Every recovery comes with a cost. Drew's survival raises questions. Who wanted him out of the picture in the first place? Who benefits from his silence? And who fears his return the most? We know Cyrus Renaud has been moving in the shadows again, and his reach is long. Cyrus thrives on manipulation, on breaking down his enemies piece by piece, and Drew could easily become his next target. After all, Cyrus doesn't see people as individuals. He sees them as pawns, tools to be used or discarded. If Drew stands in his way, or worse, if Drew holds information that could unravel his plans, Cyrus will make sure the recovery is short-lived. There's also the question of Nina Reeves. Her entanglements with Sonny, her strained connection with Willow, and her complicated history with Carly put her in a position where Drew's recovery could tilt the scales. Nina may not be directly connected to Drew's health, but she knows how much Carly's happiness depends on him, and that knowledge is power. Will Nina use Drew's recovery as another weapon in her ongoing war with Carly, or will she surprise everyone by showing compassion? With Nina, it's always a gamble, because her emotions guide her more than logic, and her need to control outcomes usually backfires. Sonny Corinthos himself cannot be overlooked. His empire has been wobbling under recent stress, with his enemies circling and his relationships fracturing. Drew's survival adds another unpredictable element to Sonny's world. On one hand, Sonny respects Drew, knows he's a man of principle, and wants to see him succeed. On the other hand, Sonny has enemies that don't hesitate to attack those around him, and Drew's return to health might drag Sonny into another battle he didn't anticipate. Sonny has always protected Carly, and now, protecting Drew by extension might become another responsibility weighing on him, one that could make his enemies even more aggressive. And speaking of enemies, Valentine Cassadine is never far from any storm that brews in Port Charles. His cool, calculating presence is a reminder that every recovery, every return, every shift in power has consequences. Drew stepping back into ELQ territory could directly clash with Valentine's interests. For Valentine, business is war, and sentiment doesn't belong in the equation. Drew's recovery might look like a personal victory to the Quartermaines, but to Valentine, it's a threat to his grip on power. And when Valentine feels threatened, he strikes with precision. Let's talk about the emotional weight Drew carries himself. Recovery isn't just about physical healing. It's about trauma, about waking up to the realization that your life almost ended, about looking into the eyes of the people who almost lost you and wondering what you're supposed to do with this second chance. Drew has always been a man torn between identities: Navy SEAL, Quartermaine heir, father, friend, brother. He's had memories stolen, returned, twisted, and broken. His recovery isn't just a body mending. It's a soul trying to find its footing again. And when a man like Drew regains his strength, he doesn't just pick up where he left off, he comes back with determination, with fire, with purpose. That's what makes him dangerous, not just to his enemies but to the fragile balance of power in Port Charles. Viewers should be ready for Drew to make choices that will surprise even his closest allies. He's not just going to sit back and be grateful for survival. He's going to start asking questions, probing into the events that led to his near death, piecing together who betrayed him, who left him vulnerable, and who stands to gain from his suffering. And once Drew starts asking questions, the answers will open doors that others desperately want to keep closed. The week of September 10th is not just about Drew's recovery, it's about what his recovery sets into motion. Carly and Sam will be forced to navigate their own loyalties. Michael and Willow will need to brace themselves for the fallout. Sonny will have to decide how far he's willing to go to protect the people in Drew's orbit. Valentine will calculate his moves with precision, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Cyrus will lurk in the shadows, watching, waiting, planning. And Drew himself will rise, stronger, determined, and ready to face whatever comes next. This is the start of a dangerous new chapter, one where healing is just the first step, where every hug, every tear, every whispered word of relief is paired with the dread of what's around the corner. General Hospital has always thrived on the balance between love and danger, between recovery and risk, and in Drew Kane's story, that balance is about to be tested more than ever. So, buckle up, because the days ahead in Port Charles are not just about survival, they're about the battles that come after, the choices that shape destinies, and the dangerous truths that can't stay buried forever. Drew's recovery isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of something much, much bigger. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.